Alright, how's she going, eh? We got a little winterizing going on. So I gave old Blue a snorty ether yesterday and it just fired up instantly. Hasn't been ran since last spring and I moved her back. It's actually a good old truck. I'm thinking of putting a new deck on it and kind of making it like a service truck for myself for when I go to the drag track or out to the farm or anything, and have a bunch of tools, air compressor, welder, little hand crank crane, maybe even some gin pulls and a winch, because I'll also probably put a fifth wheel on it and a hitch for pulling my cars, because it'll do 70 miles an hour pulling a car, even with the old 306 that's a little winded, but it sure works good and it's handy to have. But no, I'm going to drain all the coolant out of this old girl and give her a drink of antifreeze before winter. If you're not running coolant in your car, everyone always says, oh, use that water wetter. Sure, I use the water wetter as well. But water wetter on its own is not enough. I guarantee you're going to have water pump problems. You're going to have corrosion and rust. I use water pump lubricant as well, but it's getting almost impossible to find. My buddy who works in a mechanic shop, he got me 2 bottles of Clean Flow water pump lubricant, and he said it was the last 2 bottles pretty much in the world. So I don't know if no one else uses it or what's going on, but yeah, if you know anyone that still makes water pump lube, it's kind of this is what it looks like after. It's kind of white shit, but anyhow, it works great. I use it in everything, and if you're running straight water, I think it's definitely a good thing to have. But yeah, and when you use water and antifreeze, make sure you buy deionized water or you distill it yourself. Do not use tap water. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I poured a bunch of fuel stabilizer in the tank. I recommend fuel stabilizer and some Marvel mystery oil as well. I could not find any Marvel mystery oil, don't ask me why, but I recommend using both. And then fire the old girl up and run her long enough till your additives make it into the carburetor before shutting her down. So once you've got your additive added and it's made it all the way into the float bowls, get yourself some fogging oil and just have the motor idle. Take your air cleaner off and give her a snort down the carb. It's going to run like shit and smoke and everything, but just keep spraying her till she snuffs out. Some motors, if it's a motor with no cam and idle's really good, and you almost need 2 bottles to snuff her out. But yeah, snuff her out with that, and do not use the straw. See the straw? Do not use the straw. They will blow off and go down into your carb, or if you're pulling your spark plug holes or spark plugs out, it'll shoot into the cylinder. Trust me, I've had it happen. So yeah, give her a snort. All you got to do is spray it down the carb. Some guys pull the plugs out. I don't bother because it's going to be all covered anyhow. Same with the valves and everything else. And she should just fire up and run like a little sweetheart come spring. But yeah, so that's what I got going on today. And oh yeah, before I hang up on you guys, I almost burned the old girl down yesterday. I was parking it, and I could smell something burning. I thought it was electrical fire, eh? Like it was burning bad. And it was like almost poisoning me in the cab. So what happened is my pigs for neighbors, they don't take their garbage out, or they do and they take it out whenever they feel like. They don't give 2 shits about garbage day. The hobos and junkies rip the garbage apart and there's shit flying through the alley everywhere. So what happened was a garbage bag must have blew under the car. I peeled most of it off, but there's a big black garbage bag stuck to the freaking exhaust, just burning. And isn't that nice? Having a bunch of heathens live next door to you can cost you your car or even your house if you've seen how they barbecue. So anyhow, I'll probably be featuring another Lark on my channel here soon because my buddy picked up a 59 hardtop. It'll have a 727, 9-inch, and 360 Magnum block, but it'll be carbureted. And it's got Mopar Performance aluminum Magnum heads. It'll go good. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the better of me being in a light car and we'll have like a 411 gear. So, but yeah, it should be good go next spring. Me and him lined up, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, have a good one. Till next time, eh?